Santini, and welcome to another episode of What's Up With You. We're going to recap the latest week surrounding Juventus. Let's kick it off with a couple of the transfer things just to get that out of the way. Milik of Napoli has apparently agreed terms with Juventus. This created obviously a stir on social media as you have many fans against it, and you have some that simply either don't care or are okay with it. Personally, Milik, I said it from the start, would be fine as a plan B option for Juventus. The biggest thing is what's going to make or break Juventus is not who we end up getting right up at the top, but it's going to be the middle of the park. We simply cannot avoid that anymore, bottom line. So if we want to get an uproar with Milik, honestly, I think it's going to be essentially just a stopgap signing until the next Mercado, which will be when we actually address that position fully with either a guy like Icardi or a guy like Erling Haaland, or possibly some other strikers. But for now, that's fine as a plan B because midfield is where we need to focus. Zaniolo been rumored to hit the market for about 60 to 70 million euros. That price tag to me seems very steep, but it's more a sign that Roma does not want to let him go. 60 to 7 million euros for a kid of that age who has just come off a very serious injury shows me they don't want to get rid of him. And yeah, that might be a little too much for us to jump on right at the moment. Zaniolo he could play that mid-side role, but he's a more advanced attacking mid-style player. I think he's great. I would love for Juventus to sign him. However, that's a big price tag. So it'll depend. Everything's going to depend. And again, still, everything is relying on Miralem Pjanic and where he's going to go and what he's going to do. And again, still links with Melo from Barcelona, and he still has yet to acknowledge Juventus' existence. We need to basically just drop out of that deal, find a different landing spot for Pjanic. Okay, I'm over this Arthur guy without him even signing for us. Okay, he's acting as if he's joining a mid-table or lower side. Okay, Juventus should be treated with a little bit more respect than that. So I'm kind of over it. Tonali, the talk's still going on, but it is apparently edging closer and closer from the media reports that he will go to Merida. But again, not sold on that 100%. Let's wait and see what finalizes. All right. The summer transfer window, by the way, is going to be basically at the end of the summer, but they're saying the window will be from September 1st to October 5th. Very tight window for the Mercado. So expect all sorts of craziness ahead of that time, during that time, just all around. Expect some craziness as, again, a lot of the transfer deals are going to be swaps and teams having to be very methodical and thought out in what they're going to do as far as the process goes. And things could change instantly, really, in a Mercado like that. It's going to be a very unexpected scenario, a Mercado like we haven't seen. Let's get to Pogba again. Reports speculating Paul Pogba wants to come back. He's texted Juve players expressing his needs to come back, or his wants, his desire to come back to Turin. And a lot of fans raise the question, if you're that serious about coming back, take the pay cut or the wages. This is, yeah, I get it. Wanting to ask them to take a pay cut if you're that serious for it. At the same token, being a professional athlete, I mean, these guys have to protect themselves. And I know they get paid a lot of money and he makes a ton on endorsements and whatnot, but he also lives a ridiculous lifestyle. Very, very flashy. And again, not defending him for it, but it's hard because we're looking at it from a fan perspective and he's looking at it as his job. And naturally, myself, my profession, I want to maximize my income when possible, because you never know what can happen and it could change like that, especially in professional sports with athletes, because they can get injured and it could end them instantly. So this is kind of a bit of a tough one. I see it from both angles, but we'll see what ends up coming of it. Let's get to the Coppa Italia. Okay, Juventus played its Coppa Italia second leg semifinal against Milan. Be sure to check out the All Juve Cast podcast as we really take a dive into that match. It was a pretty drab affair. Juve came out of the gates really, really hard, but then the game ended up being a sleeper for a long part of it. Despite it being a sleeper, though, I had a lot of fun with Graham and Aubert as we watched the match live in the very first All Juve Cast watch party, and we shared our live reactions in a recap video, and it's a lot of fun. It was really, really funny, but keep an eye out for these watch parties as they are going to continue, and it's just a way for me to reach out to more Juventini and say, hey, I want to watch the game with you. I want to share thoughts and opinions while it's happening, and I want to see your reactions and just have fun. So if you want to take part in a watch party, be sure to drop me a line on any of the platforms, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and join me for a watch party, as well as other Juventini from all over the world. It's going to be fun. So Coppa Italia, Juventus ended up hanging on. It was a 0-0 match. We ended up going to the final, and we have found out that we are going to be facing Napoli. Now, my question to all of you, Juventini, is would you have rather faced Napoli or would you have rather faced Merda? The reason I ask this is because we've been so Jekyll and Hyde, and would the rivalry, especially with Conte being there and us beating them twice this season, would that spark us to bring out the Juve we all want to see? The one that played Merda and beat them before the stoppage, that had a fantastic performance. You think we would have been better off playing them to get that kind of performance out of it? Or do you think it won't matter, we'll be just fine going at it with Napoli? I want to hear your thoughts on that. And I'm going to finish off with the limited edition drop by Juventus that come out on June 12th. Very, very upsetting. It was labeled as some for extreme collectors. My personal opinion, it was terrible. Terrible drop. A $250 euro price tag for essentially the same as the authentic version shirts. Called it a locker room shirt. You can only get these sizes in the sizes that the actual player that you're buying wears. So say, for instance, I wanted the Chiellini locker room edition shirt. I could get it, but it would only be in his size, which was a size 9 or something. And I'm thinking, well, that's ridiculous. I can't even wear it. But I get it. It's cool because it has a limited edition tag on it and another tag that says direct Juventus supporter. So what does that make all the other ones that bought the exact same shirt but at the regular price tag? All of a sudden they're not direct Juve supporters? I thought it was terribly executed, but yeah, locker room edition was the big special drop. And for extreme collectors is how they played it out. I myself consider myself maybe not an extreme collector, but I'm a rather intense collector. I'd like to think so. And I had zero interest in 250 euros for that shirt. That is the exact same as the authentics that many of us already have and have purchased this season. So yeah, that was a miss in my opinion from Juve, but the shirts sold out. So what the hell do I know? Anyways, again, please reach out and check out the All Juve Cast episode post Coppa Italia match versus Milan. We are going to preview the final against Napoli, and stay tuned because this week on Wednesday we will be facing Napoli in that Coppa Italia. I also want to leave you with this. I want to get all your thoughts and opinions on how that match is going to go. What Juve do you expect to see? What would you do with the starting lineups? I want to hear that all from you. So please, please comment on this video with your thoughts on that upcoming Coppa Italia final. The only thing I know for sure out of that whole scenario is that Maurizio Sarri will be happy with whoever wins. Yeah, hopefully it's the right club, though. As always, thank you so much for taking the time. I hope you enjoyed the show and stay tuned to all the good stuff coming from all Juve cast. Until next time, Forza Juve, fino alla fine. Ciao.